that we can look at a soil individual as a pedon. So ped is Greek for foot. So pedology, the study of soil science, is the study of stuff beneath your foot. So then a pedon is a soil individual, and this would be a pedon. The soil series is almost like a species. So in the classification of different species of life, like maize is Zea maize for corn, we've got this Latin name, and we've got a way to, there's a taxonomic system to classify these species by their characteristics, right? And we're Homo sapiens. So soils have a similar system where we can classify them based upon their morphology, how they formed. There's 12 major types of soils called orders. So we're on the mollisol order. In contrast, red soils from, say, Africa, those are oxysols. And that name means something. So oxysol is from oxidize, all that iron, like this, is quite literally just rusting out. So this is iron oxide. It's like if you had a steel pipe sitting out for a long time. So these are called mollisols. Any ideas on where that term comes from? Mollic?
Mollusk, shellfish, or shells. I don't know.
I hadn't thought about that. Not quite, but that's a great possibility. It's similar to the word in English of to mollify somebody, which means to kind of soften them up. So mollic comes from Latin moll, which means soft. And the idea is that it's soft because of all the organic matter. There's a cushion on top. So this surface black layer is called a mollic epipedon. Epi from surface, like epidermis of your skin. Mollic meaning that it's dark, it's rich in carbon. So this mollic epipedon is a diagnostic feature of the prairies, or at least the tallgrass prairies. So beginning from Ohio, coming out to maybe western Iowa. These are the best soils in the world, hands down, for ag. And in the world, they're about 7% of all ice-free land, mollisols. But in the US, I think something like 20% of all of our soils are mollisols. So proportionally, the US won the jackpot when it came to soil types. So we started off with some fantastic stuff as a country for ag.
So where would globally then the other repository for these kinds of soils would be where? Like Ukraine? Or,
you got it.
Is that right?
Yeah, so the Russian word for these soils is chernozem. So chernozem is Russian for black soil. And so chernozem is, think of the same prairie belt. There's three other parts. There's in the Ukraine, as you pointed out, those Russian steppes and prairies. The other belt would be northern China, and they have corn soybean systems just like we do. We yield much more than they do. And then the final region would be in the Pampas of Argentina. So they also, if you go in the southern hemisphere, same latitude, they have the same climate as us. Humid summers, cold winters, same soil type. Yep. We are the biggest region of those, and we're the most advanced in terms of capital and mechanization, so we're the most productive. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.